What's going on, crypto fam, and welcome back. All right, so it's a pleasure to see y'all. Today I want to talk about Saitama and this new token called Terrarium. All right, so first off, the whole idea, the whole reason why behind I even came around this video, right, because I was checking out Saitama. Obviously, just looking at some price action, seeing like where it's at, what the market cap is, this, that, and the third, what the charts look like. And I noticed that obviously, Saitama is still down, way down from its all-time high, right? And I also noticed this new token that I did cover like a few days ago. I made a new video, reviewing the token, because I've seen a lot of people who, are investing in Saitama, who was at least investing in Saitama, who started, putting their money into it. I heard about this token super early, like early on before it even launched, but I just didn't pay any attention to it. So I was looking into it, right? I'm looking into it. I'm like, okay, this token is doing pretty good, right? This token is up 51% in the past 24 hours. The market cap is off. The market cap is actually way higher than this. But yeah, I'm gonna just hop straight into like what the title of the video says. Now I know the title of the video is pretty much saying that Saitama investors are, selling, their Saitama, or either all of their Saitama or some of their Saitama and putting it into this new token called Terrarium. And this is from the charts from just today, right? This isn't like me deep diving in the past week or whatever. Like this is just like literally noticing the trades and stuff that's going on like this morning, or well technically like a couple hours ago or whatever. Yeah, so I was looking at the biggest like sales and buys when it came to like Saitama, right? And I noticed this sell right here, right? If you look right here, I'm going to put like a circle around it in the video and actually like edit it and stuff. But this video, but this picture right here, right? It says this person sold 13.8 trillion Saitama for 63.8 Ethereum. All right. Now you see the address is OXBE, and it ends in 7863, right? Now if you go over to this one, right, and keep in mind this is where the this is the Saitama chart. This is the Saitama trades, the last 525 trades. So keep in mind the last four is 7863. And I noticed I was looking at the Terrarium chart, and I was trying to check out the same thing, like the biggest buys, the biggest sells. And I noticed the biggest sell for today, or the biggest sell at this moment, right, in the past 518 trades for Terrarium, that same person that sold 63 Ethereum worth of Saitama bought 61 Ethereum worth of Terrarium. I was like, okay, that's that's a pretty big buy. That's a pretty big. Well, it's a pretty big sell and pretty big buy. Those are considered like whales, right? Those are huge. Like that's a lot of money. I'm gonna break down how much 60 Ethereum is right now. I actually do it right now. All right, so y'all can see right here. I put this in the little calculator. 63 Ethereum as of right now is worth $160,000. So this dude sold $160,000 worth of his Saitama tokens, and he put 61.1, which is 61 Ethereum, worth $155,000 into Terrarium. All right, so it's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money, obviously being put into Terrarium, right? But that's not it. That's not the only well that I've seen do that, right? There was another one ending in 1465. So we go down here. You see this one right here? Go right here. If you go right here, 1465, right? You notice 1465, right? They sold 27.6 Ethereum worth of Saitama, right? So they sold 5.8 trillion Saitama tokens. And then the same thing, right? 1465. He bought 13 Ethereum worth. All right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, just a few transactions. Of course, like I said, this is just from the past 500 trades that I've seen this morning, or in the past few hours. I'm sure if you well, you can't really dive too deep into it because they only show so many trades. But I'm sure these aren't the only people who are investing Saitama money into Terrarium, right? But other than that, of course, going back to the Terrarium price, like I said before, it's currently at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros. It's 8 zeros 4, right? Up 51%. I'll even show y'all a chart of what it looks like right now. So as I seen earlier, right? Because I was just checking, like I said, I was checking it out. I noticed from the get-go when I first reviewed the token, when they first launched on February 22nd. When they first launched on February 22nd, they it had a nice pump, but then a few sales, started consolidating for a good while, but it slowly like an uptrend, just slowly going into a nice uptrend, a nice like organic growth, right? And then of course, you have like your little sales, here and there, and then you have just more like just kind of going up, and then sales, and then it was a really nice like pump up from here, right? From March 4th to now, right? You can even take a look at these candles right here, right? Take a look at these candles and see just how many like green candles that are right here. A lot of like buying pressure. And then obviously right here, this must have been a huge whale or a few whales that sold, because this is a huge red candle. But look how crazy, like look how fast this like dip got bought, right? Like got bought up. If we even go to like the 15 right here. So it ended up going down right here, right? So it went from 0.43 down to 0.34, and then it got eaten up pretty fast, right? It got eaten up pretty fast. But overall, I've just noticed like there's a lot of people pumping money into this token, and I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna just show you an example of this right here. I'm gonna just show you an example of what I plan on talking about in the future. At the end of this video, and I'm telling y'all, you guys do not want to miss pretty much like my final thoughts on this stuff, right? But before we go into that, I just wanted to just give you guys more reasons of why I feel like people are transitioning from Saitama into Terrarium. And keep in mind, this isn't like some paid promotion. This isn't some sponsorship. This isn't me telling you to sell your Saitama and trade for Terrarium. I am literally showing you guys what I see today, right? In the past few days, with Saitama and with Terrarium. Like nobody knows what the future holds. For all I know, next week Saitama can be at its all-time high and Terrarium can be, at its all-time low next week. When it comes to crypto, you don't really know what can happen. All you can do is speculate and see what projects have potential, see how the devs are doing, see how the strong the community is, the marketing, all that stuff, yada yada yada. But yeah, further on, this is the CEO of Terrarium, right? His name is Milton, and this post is important, and I'm gonna tell you why later on in the video. He posted this on Twitter, right? He posted this, and he said top 15 exchanges incoming for Terrarium. He said 1 down, 14 to go. Then he says official announcements will be made by the exchange in a couple days. All right. Then he says diamond hands will always win. #Terrarium. #Terrarium strong. Keep in mind this post, right? Because I want to bring it back up. And then also just to let you guys know, they just had an AMA, and they plan on having a few more AMAs in the future, right? But the one that they just had, it was at 8:30 a.m. my time, which I was asleep, so I'm gonna have to go watch it later. But they did just have a recent AMA talking about their token with a pretty known YouTuber that I've watched myself. His name is Crypto Stacker. You can probably just type in Terrarium Crypto Stacker AMA or something like that, and this should pop up on YouTube. And keep in mind, guys, I'm showing you all this type of stuff right now because at the end of the video, it's going to be the breakdown. Ease you guys into the punchline, all right? So just bear with me. I wanted to go over like the certain things that Terrarium has, and like I said again, I'm gonna compare it to why I feel like people are hopping into this project that are in Saitama. And just going over this like really quick. Phase 1. Terrarium launched. They have the website done, official Twitter account done, the team is doxed, right? Terrarium LLC registered, so they're actually like an LLC now. The white paper completed, the contract deployment. They've held their first Twitter space in January. They had an ICO pre-sale round, which I said in my review video that I'm not a fan of pre-sales. I admit it, I'm not a fan of pre-sales unless I'm the one who is in the pre-sale early, which I wasn't in this case. But it's all good. They did the token launch on Uniswap. I'm not sure why that's not checked out. They probably just have to update this, but CoinGecko listing is done. I've seen that. And then for phase 2, they plan on doing advertising in global crypto platforms. CoinMarketCap listing, they got that done. They're pretty close to 5,000 holders. It's currently at 4,546, so that's pretty close. And then they're gonna have like the Certic IO audit, which like last time I checked was at 99%, which is pretty close to, I feel like, being done. Terrarium.io launch, which isn't complete yet. I believe, I don't think it's complete yet. The Terra app is going to be launched sometime. 1,000+ organic follow Twitter, Telegram followers. Listing. Now keep in mind and pay attention to this one too, because this is important. I'm gonna talk about this later. Listing on top 50 centralized exchanges, right? So like Coinbase, Crypto.com, Binance, KuCoin, Kraken, Gemini, all those type of like top exchanges. That's their goal, right? That's literally their goal, right? Phase 3, they're going to, they plan on having the Google Pay and Apple Pay integration. So when it comes to, buying their token or just buying tokens like crypto in general on their app, their platform, it'll be as easy as 1, 2, 3. It'll be simple and easy and straightforward. You won't have to do all these extra, like, just unnecessary, requirements to buy crypto, right? And then, they're going to have their Terra NFT exchange. They're going to have their Terra chain blockchain sometime next year. And they plan on having like a global Terra Expo, right? And then they also say they're going to be exploring the metaverse, all right? So I say all that to say, going back to the whole title, Saitama investors are selling their Saitama and investing into this new token, which this isn't FUD, this isn't a lie, this isn't clickbait. I've literally just showed y'all proof of like some whales who are selling, who literally just sold their Saitama tokens to put it in Terrarium, right? Again, let me go over the reasons why I feel like this is, why people are doing this. So in my opinion, the number one, like the first reason, right? When it comes to Saitama, they've had a ton of just delays in general, but more specifically, the Saitamask delay, right? Saitamask has been delayed multiple times, like it's like date after date, delay after delay after delay. It's been, delayed just a crazy amount of times, right? So, obviously people don't like that. People are just, at this point, I feel like a lot of people just can't, they don't want to wait on it anymore. And when you check out, Terrarium has their own app. They have their own NFT exchange coming, similar to Saitama. Their own blockchain coming, similar to Saitama. And it's pretty much like, so when you really take a look at both projects, both of these projects have similar utility, right? They have like the NFT market that they plan on having. They plan on having their own blockchain. They plan on having their own app, right? They plan on having it to where they're going to be listing tokens on their platform, right? And then number two, I feel like people already look at Terrarium as the next big project. When you take a look at just like crypto, like the mainstream, I would say, projects and stuff, as far as like the ones that are quick to blow up, on social media like Twitter, YouTube and stuff, all the way from Doge, right? All the way from Doge. Remember when Doge started, blowing up at the beginning of, 2021, everybody was hopping into Doge, getting into Doge. And then you had a bunch of people making videos like, hey, I invested into Doge. I made millions of dollars. I made thousands of dollars. And you had more people, putting money into Doge. And then once, Doge started kind of crumbling and stuff, more people started, taking their money from Doge and they started shifting it into SHIB. That's a fact. A lot of people who were originally invested into Doge are now invested into SHIB, right? And then, SHIB's doing this thing. SHIB, had the whole Shiba swap, the SHIB NFTs. SHIB, in my opinion, is still a strong community. It still has a lot of potential, but it just has, it's just a waiting time for SHIB. A lot of people have to wait for like the metaverse and everything to start coming out for SHIB. People are still looking forward to the Robinhood listing for SHIB. But of course, when SHIB, starts slowing down and it kind of start, going down in price here and there, that's when people start, people who were in SHIB that went to, people who were in Doge, people who were in Doge that went to SHIB started putting their money into Saitama. Saitama was the next project, right? Saitama has this huge, app that's supposed to be coming out, huge launch event, docs, devs. Everybody's like, yo, man, the devs are docs. Nobody even knows the, the developers of SHIB. Let's, put the money into Saitama. Saitama was doing beautiful pumps. And then, of course, when the Saitama, Las Vegas event happened, bam, that's when it starts crumbling down. It, delay after delay, this, that, and the third, and pretty much, as of right now, Saitama is down over 1,000%, right? Which is a lot. Like, to go from an 8 billion, like around an $8 billion market cap down to a $600 million market cap, that's a huge drop. I'm not gonna lie, all right? Then, in between like the whole, Saitama drama and just stuff going on with that, Saitama price going down, delays. Out of nowhere, you heard Shinja. Like, that's when Shinja came out of nowhere. Shinobi. That's when Shinobi came out of nowhere. It's blown up on Twitter, blown up on YouTube. People are hopping into it. People are like, man, yo, Saitama need to get their stuff together. I'm hopping into Shinja. Shinja start, doing his own thing. Me personally, I do feel like Shinja has a strong community. I do feel like the developers are transparent. They hold AMAs every week. Like live AMAs on, like video AMAs in their Telegram and stuff. Strong community, but everybody shift their money into Shinja. Now, I personally feel like Terrarium is probably going to be the next project. And like literally just looking at the market cap, the amount of holders it have, Obviously, the utility that they offer and stuff, or say that's expected to come. Their goals as far as to have it listed on all top 50 exchanges. I feel like Terrarium, as of right now, and let me say it again, I'm going based off what I'm seeing right now, the evidence that I'm seeing today in the past few days. That I feel like Terrarium could be that next project, right? Yeah, I feel like Terrarium is gaining just a lot of spotlight now. Okay. And that's just how it is. Whenever a project isn't doing well, a lot of people look for that next project, and I feel like Terrarium is that next project that people are looking to get into. All right, and then I said number 3. I said Russ, who is the COO of Saitama. I said Russ doesn't really care too much for getting Saitama listed on big exchanges, and he said this himself. He said this multiple times where he's like, even word for word, I've heard him say like, I'm not really too worried about getting listed on top exchanges and stuff, because once Saitama is complete, we'll be our own exchange. And I remember the first time he said that, I definitely disagreed, because regardless of you having your own exchange, which Saitama is supposed to be, I'm like, you still don't want to burn bridges with the top crypto currency exchanges in the world. Like, what's the point of burning bridges with Binance? What's the point of burning bridges with Coinbase, Kraken, crypto.com? What's the point of what's the point of you saying like you don't need them and they're going to be the ones running to us to buy our tokens? Like, what's the point of saying all that when you can just literally just do what you're doing, and then have still a positive and healthy relationship with these other cryptocurrency exchanges, and then we'll get listed on there, and it's kind of like, all right, we're on there. And I got to be honest, I still remember to this day they mentioned like a Kraken. I'm sorry, they mentioned a KuCoin exchange listing for Saitama. That KuCoin exchange listing still hasn't came. So and even going back like when all the drama really first started. And I'm not saying that the devs were lying about like certain exchanges that they might have spoken to that said that they were planning on listing them. It might have been some exchanges that said that they were thinking of listing Saitama or something. But since then, all the delays, all the drama and stuff in it, like I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of exchanges like changed their mind, because it's kind of like there's just too much negativity, right? And there's one more thing that I have to put this out there, because I can't stand when people say this, because I feel like this is not the case. People keep saying, and I've even heard the developers, I've heard Russ say this. He said that, top exchanges, they want to see a product be completed before getting listed on their exchange. That is not correct at all. That is not correct at all. We've literally seen Dogecoin get listed on all these top exchanges with no utility. We've seen SHIB get listed on Binance, the #1 cryptocurrency exchange in the world. We've seen SHIB get listed on Binance before ShibaSwap was even out. Crypto.com listed SHIB before ShibaSwap was even released. So there's like, no, that's not the case. When it comes to these exchanges listings, you don't have to have a product completed for them to list you, right? I don't believe that. All right. So going down here, that's when I said, the Terrarium CEO goal is to list on top, the top 50 exchanges, right? Going back to where I said right here, where I said, listing on top 50 centralized exchanges, and going back to this post, this is the COO of Terrarium. He said top 15 exchanges incoming for Terrarium, 1 down, 14 to go. Official announcement will be made by the exchange in a couple of days. You see how the CEO of Terrarium, he's trying to get listed on the exchange. He's not trying to burn any bridges. That's what people love. That's what people want to see. People want to see like their token try to get listed on the best exchange. And when you get your token listed on the top exchanges, that helps helps drive up the daily volume. It helps drive up the market cap. It helps drive up the price, right? So when you have somebody like Russ, who I've heard him say not once, not twice, not 3 times. I've heard him say it multiple times where he's like, I'm not really focusing too much on like exchange listings, and it's like, oh my god. All right, and then number 4, last but not least, well, as far as like the reasons, and I feel like this is a big reason that I hope you guys really listen to and pay attention to. But as of right now, right, nobody knows what tomorrow holds for us. But as of right now, what I see today, Saitama is at a $650 million market cap. All right, it's a 9-month-old project. Saitama has 342,000 holders. All right, Terrarium is above a $200 million market cap, and it's only 14-day old. All right, it's only 14 days old. All right. Now, for Terrarium to have 1/3, right, 1/3 of Saitama's market cap, and it's only 2 weeks old, when Saitama's 9 months old, right? And Saitama has 342,000 holders. Terrarium has 4,546 holders. All right, that says a lot. That says a lot. And even going back to, you know, Saitama, right, the market cap and everything. I remember when I was looking at, you know, Saitama, I noticed one of the strongest, you know, like resistance when it came to like Saitama's market cap was at that 1 billion market cap. I noticed for the longest it was not going below that $1 billion market cap. Now when I look at it, it's at a 661. Excuse me, it's at a $661 million market cap. So it literally broke that strong resistance, right, at the $1 billion market cap, and it's at a $661 million market cap. Like I said, I would say Saitama is around like a 1,200%. It's down like, yeah, around 1,200%, which is a lot. Which means if you would have put $12,000 into Saitama at its all-time high, and you would have held on to it now, your $12,000 would be at below $1,200. From 12,000 to $1,000 or $1,100, that's a lot of money down. It's a lot of money down. All right. But my conclusion with all this stuff right here, I said, you know, Saitama, as we know, Saitama is not ready, and you know, it has nonstop delays. Saitama is down from its all-time high. You know, it's 5 months, right? It hasn't reached its all-time high in 5 months. And the last time, I'll even show you guys right here, the last time Saitama was down this low, right, was down at 7.012. I'll show y'all right here. The last time Saitama was down this price was October 13th. So October, November, December, January, February, March. I would even just say 5.5 months. 5.5 months. It was down this low, and of course that was before, you know, the huge pump, and then after the huge dump. So I'm not saying saying jump ship on Saitama. I'm not telling y'all, you know, to sell Saitama for Terrarium. I'm literally just letting you guys know what I've been seeing lately, because as, you know, a content creator who covers Saitama and who's now, you know, starting to cover Terrarium, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people who are either just getting out of Saitama, people who are holding Saitama, or people who are trading Saitama for Terrarium, which, in my opinion, going back to what I'm saying, you know, from the Doge to the Shi to the Saitama to the Shinja, I feel like they're going to Terrarium, which could be the next, you know, big project, that the next big ship that people hop on, and you know, hope to, you know, keep growing. Now, of course, even though Terrarium is doing very, very good right now, very, very beautiful, all it takes is one, you know, mishap. All it takes is, you know, one Terrarium developer to say something suspicious, or one bad AMA, or one, you know, delay. All it takes, I feel like in these times when it comes to crypto, all it takes is just one mishap for a huge dump when it comes to crypto. So at the end of the day, this is why you're supposed to do your own research. And when I mean research, I mean, you know, just keep updated on what you're invested in. See what the developer's mind state is in. See if they, you know, are actually, you know, delivering the project that they say they are. See how the AMAs are. See how the marketing is. See how just the tokenomics, the features. See how you have to look at everything when it comes to this type of, you know, cryptocurrency stuff, right? And yeah. So what else? And then I said Terrarium, you know, is a fresh new token with a clean chart and no drama and delays. Going back to over here, obviously when you look at Terrarium, you can see how clean the chart is. As of right now, I don't hear any drama as far as Terrarium, right? Is this? Oh, let me 30-minute one. You know, obviously we look at the chart, it's like, man, it keeps going up, keeps going up. I'm actually glad to start seeing it have some like natural dips and stuff, because I feel like when the token is just growing, it's just going up too high and it's nonstop like dipping. The more it goes up, the bigger it pumps, the bigger the dumps can be. So I prefer it having these type of, consolidation moments where people are just, selling and taking profits off and stuff, and letting the price go down for people who are coming in and giving other people a chance to just come in at a nice price target, like a nice entry point, right? And then I said, this is normal in crypto. People gravitate to less volatile projects. I'm sorry to say it, but as of right now, Saitama is volatile. It's very high risk. Crypto in general is high risk, but I feel like where Saitama is it's extremely high risk to be in Saitama right now, because just based off of everything I've pretty much discussed, and just based off the history, the delays, everything, I feel like Saitama is extremely a high risk token right now, right? But all it takes is for Saitama to complete the Saitama, have the Saitama up and running smooth, do that hyper burn where they say where once they start listing different cryptocurrencies, and people have to buy Saitama to buy that and other currency on their platform, that's when maybe the hyper burn can kick in, and who knows, Saitama can, like I said, Saitama could probably reach its all-time high again soon, or at least maybe start pumping up to where people can start getting that profit, or at least start getting back to that price target where they first invested in, they first got into. All right, but yeah, again, like I said before, I'm not trying to create any FUD. I'm not trying to tell people that Terrarium is better, yada yada. I'm literally just showing y'all what I do, like as far as my research, what I'm looking into. I'm just sharing that. I'm sharing my plays with y'all. That's all I'm doing. All right, but other than that, thank you all for watching. Let me know if you guys are into Terrarium. All right, let me know if you guys are still holding holding Saitama. Let me know if you are buying the Saitama dip. Let me know if you're let me know if you already been into Terrarium and you sold some and made profit. Let me know all that stuff. All right, and other than that, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you soon. Have a nice and wonderful Sunday, and peace.